banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And that was our national anthem performed by the talented Skylar Cole. And with that, we'll be right back in just a moment. And coming down the stretch here, Greg, a lot left to decide, especially for teams on the playoff bubble.
And Kevin, the play-in tournaments add another level of complexity. I'll say this, the league now has more teams fighting all the way to the end.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Isaac. Then there's Jason Tatum. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. And it's Hayward in at the one. Porzingis with the block. They retain possession. No good from Beasley. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. Hayward can't hit. So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
And think about this, guys. Wendell Carter Jr. has really flourished into an important and efficient two-way big man. We know defensively he can hold things down. And offensively, he can take it down low. We know he can face up and make shots.
Anthony's checked in for the Cavaliers. Towns sets the pick for Anthony. The pass to Wagner. Right side Towns. Just 5 on the clock. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. And for Wendell Carter Jr., you know, Doris, he is still in the very early stages of his career, obviously.
That's the exciting thing to me, Kevin, is that as good as he is right now, there's tremendous room for growth. Combine his physical tools with the diverse skill set, Wendell Carter should be a staple at the center position for a long time.
You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
Fred VanVleet is checked in for San Antonio. The three from Tatum. Karl-Anthony Towns with the rebound. For Cleveland, they've gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Dosunmu, the pass to Wagner. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Here's Towns. Buries it down low.
Exactly what you love to see from Cat, that aggressiveness, that assertiveness on the backboards.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to talk with J.B. Bickerstaff for a minute. Hey, look, he knows they've got great shooters who can score from anywhere in distance. He thinks his team can go toe-to-toe with anybody in the league there. But he won't be pulling back the reins even if they start missing a few. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And here's Hayward. Following the three from Franz Wagner. Here's Tatum. The basket good off the assist from Hayward.
Okay, Gordon Hayward, we know you're an all-star level talent as a scorer. Now you're just showing off with that pass.
And there's one area where the Cavs have been very good the past few seasons. That's the draft. They've made some terrific picks in terms of personnel.
And it's Carter missing.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Tatum gets the bucket.
Well, the increasing strength of Jason Tatum is making it harder to knock him off his path. That is nice.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
Now here's Towns. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Here's Wagner. And Tatum pulls it down. You're right, GA, they have, and the draft's been essential to the rebuild effort in Cleveland.
And they've been so smart about it. You look at the guys they brought in, Mobley, Garland, Sexton. They nailed just about every one of their selections.
And here is Dosunmu after Jason Tatum getting his shot to go from deep. Stolen by Van Vliet. Tatum passes to Porzingis. Back to Tatum. A miss that time would have put him up.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Anthony looking it over. Anthony on the wing. Shoots. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Okay, time now for an injury report. Let's get an update on Malik Beasley. What's the status, David?
Guys, I was able to catch up with Cleveland's head athletic trainer. He said he turned his ankle, and it is definitely starting to swell up. And they count on him to provide in all ways. Now that he's out, they're in a precarious situation. Kevin?
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
There's no question, because even if you know what's wrong, individuals have different healing times. The time frames can be totally different for similar injuries.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Pass to Anthony. Will it go? And it's good on the way in.
And Mathurin proving he can be unselfish, wanting to find his teammates.
Here's Van Vliet. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. And Greg, you watch Mathurin, he is built to score at this NBA level.
Excellent spot-up shooter. He plays above the rim, and once he gets more comfortable scoring off the bounce, watch out.
And so it's Cleveland with it, following the miss by Evan Fournier. And they recover it. Beasley outside. Just 5 to shoot. Poke loose. Bullock with it. Now Anthony defending. In transition. Here come the Spurs. Van Vliet with the ball. And that one's good. Noel.
How about that show of strength from Nerlens Noel? No fear in how he attacks the defense on these shots.
Here's Mathurin. The kick out to Williams. Hits the three-point bomb.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Spurs shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
And so Bullock nails both of them.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Pass to Mathurin. Beasley outside with 2 seconds left, and that one hits back iron. Fine performance for Jason Tatum. He has been the story so far for the Spurs. He finishes with 9 points in the... Well, we hope you're enjoying your Easter as we are here, as we get underway once again. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
How about the ball movement so far? I mean, the unselfishness, everyone here just playing for one another, and that can be infectious.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Bill Barton is out there with Hayward. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Offensive rebound. Williams dishes to Towns. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Towns has got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Cavs. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, you may not know this, but Gordon Hayward was a 2-time Indiana State singles champion in tennis. He says, in high school, I was better at tennis than basketball, but I've always loved hoops more. Thankfully, I was able to grow throughout high school to get to the frame I have now. He has certainly filled out in the NBA. Kevin, back to you.
Yeah, he sure has. He's been a terrific player to watch and follow. The injury is significant, but he continues on. David, thanks.
Well, this is where Cat can manufacture additional points for his team. Defense focused and locked in on him. Find a teammate.
It ended in the bubble, but how about the Spurs playoff streak? 22 consecutive seasons, Greg, coming to an end.
Kevin, making it every year from 1998 to 2019, winning 5 titles over that span, and having the same head coach certainly helped that streak. So did having a couple Hall of Fame.
And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
How about the handles by Kristaps Porzingis? You know, another international prospect coming in with a developed skill set.
Towns against Porzingis. Porzingis with the block.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
And Barton throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Right wing. Porzingis against Towns. Over Porzingis. And Towns gets it to go. Towns has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Here's Barton, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one is on Towns. And different games, different officials. Something that might be called a foul in one game, Greg, may not be called in the next. As a player, how do you adjust to that?
It's a great question, and that's part of being a veteran. I learned early on, you actually scout officials the same way you scout the players. They have tendencies as well.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Carter comes in for Towns. And Wagner subbed in for Malik Beasley. Passes it to Dosunmu. Lets it go from the wing. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Barton kicks to Finney-Smith. No good that time. Nice defense from Wagner. And Wagner's got the ball here for Cleveland. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. That shot, no good. San Antonio trailing here. Barton passes to Tatum. Back to Barton. The kick out to Tatum. Good on the triple. Tatum's got 12 points in the game.
This guy's so effective from downtown. Jason Tatum knows he has the green light. He's so comfortable from range.
And the Cavaliers call time here. For the Cavaliers, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Williams, and Anthony subbed in for Dosunmu. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Nerlens Noel checks in for Porzingis. Reggie Bullock comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Evan Fournier's checked in for Tatum. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Barton. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And it's Wagner missing. San Antonio leading. And Fred VanVleet, a player who has always shot well from outside.
And Kevin VanVleet has continued to kind of take on more of an offensive load. Increased his volume while maintaining efficiency. Not every player able to do that.
2 minutes.
Anthony against VanVleet. Unloads from 13.
Well, that's 6'11", sending it back. Jonathan Isaac. Woohoo!
And it's blocked. And they get it back. Kicks it out to VanVleet. He takes it in. And that one, good. VanVleet's got the lead up to 5 now for San Antonio.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Anthony, and it's good off the back rim and in. Anthony's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And they are earning points with the jump shot now.
And that one's good. Noel.
Well, we know that Fred VanVleet can be relied upon to find the open man. This guy's so consistently good at it.
Cleveland's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Mathurin passes to Anthony. There's a minute left in the second quarter. There's the pass to Claxton. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. .56 seconds left in the first half of the game. And Fournier kicks to VanVleet. Back to Fournier. Out to the wing. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Cleveland. The Spurs also with the sub. Markkanen's checked in.
Well, Fred VanVleet is such a crafty basketball player. At that size, you'd have to be. Nice job drawing the contact there.
And when the stakes get high and you need a big shot, we know how dependable Fred VanVleet is.
It feels to me, Greg, like the bigger the moment, the more dangerous Fred VanVleet is. We've seen him so many times knock down so many huge shots. Doesn't matter the setting, Eastern Conference Finals or NBA Finals. This guy, the very definition of fearless.
4 on the shot clock. Anthony out to Carter. For 3, Beasley knocks down the 3-ball.
Well, this is Beasley's game, right? The ability to know when to shoot it off the catch.
VanVleet passes to Fournier. Isaac outside. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as thank you, David, for that interview.
Good to be with you for halftime. Let's check in on the NBA action coming up later tonight. Over at American Airlines Center, the Mavericks will face off again. Let's switch it up and talk about the first half. How about the production? And that's all for us.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but, boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now, let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
We've got Carter. Beasley is out there with Dosunmu. Then there's Wagner. And it's Towns in at center. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. And looking at that replay again, just a big-time block right there.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Rebound, San Antonio. Hayward outside. He kicks it to Dedmon. Hayward on the wing. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Well, Gordon Hayward seems to get better and better every year this guy is in the NBA. And the thing maybe that's my favorite about him, he does whatever is requested to put the team in a position to win.
Hayward hits them both. The Cavaliers trail by 6. G.A., it wasn't long ago that the Cavs were an afterthought in the NBA.
Well, not anymore. I mean, Cleveland has a tremendous young roster. They play some of the toughest D in the NBA, and they're only going to get better in the years to come. And Berlin native Franz Wagner was only stateside a few years before coming to the NBA.
Well, the beauty about him, though, is Franz has an incredible skill set offensively, and that translates to any language. Consider this guy is a multi-tool player. He can stretch it to deep. He can shoot the mid-range. He's fine around the cup. He'll board it, and he's an excellent playmaker. Boy, this guy can fit in just about anywhere.
Bank shot, no good. And Wagner's got the ball here for Cleveland. And it's Beasley in the corner. Towns sets the pick for Beasley. The kick out to Towns. And a miss there on the triple. San Antonio leading by 4. Here's Hayward. And he drops it in from the low post.
This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
And Carter has it in the corner. Wagner outside. Towns a screen on Isaac. And it's Wagner missing.
Well, when 0 for 3 start to the half, you need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
Hayward finds Isaac. And that's a foul called on Franz Wagner. That is his first foul of the game. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Noel's checked in for Dwayne Dedman. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Porzingis. Will Barton, he's checked in for Isaac. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Gordon Hayward. VanVleet outside. Now here's Dosunmu, covered by VanVleet. Oh, and the jam by Towns.
Size and speed of Towns, a natural-born highlight reel.
And Karl Anthony Towns said he believes that he is the greatest big man shooter of all time. What do you think?
Well, Kev, I think of a guy by the name of Dirk Nowitzki might have a thing or two to say about it, but I love Karl Anthony Towns' attitude. You have got to believe in your skills if you're going to have the kind of success that Cat has had in this league, and we know he is lethal from deep.
Now here's Dosunmu, covered by VanVleet. Dosunmu's shot is off.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. Now, for 22 straight years, San Antonio made the playoffs. They haven't made the last 3 postseasons, and former Spur Robert Horry worries if they'll ever be relevant again, saying, I hate to say that. San Antonio is a small market. Guys just aren't going to go there. And that's a dire prediction for such a storied and successful franchise.
Wow, no kidding, David. All right, thank you. Here's Finney-Smith. He's guarded by Williams. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
The Spurs have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
There's so many things to love about Fred VanVleet's journey and his game, but perhaps the best attribute, his intelligence, his ability to outthink the defense.
Anthony against VanVleet. Anthony dishes to Beasley. Now here's Dosunmu. 5 on the clock. Williams for 3. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. And Cleveland making a change here. Wagner's checked in. The Spurs also with the sub. Markkanen's checked in. Two on the clock. No good on the quick 3.
A shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
And funny thing is, if that doesn't get you benched, I have no idea what would.
And textbook. I mean, that move to the lane, you got to tip your hat on that one.
Well said, Greg. And Clark with some major elevation on the slam. Wagner against Tatum. And it's Wagner missing. Spurs leading by 9. Fires the 3. Here's Finney-Smith. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. And Beasley has the ball here for the Cavaliers. There's the dish to Williams. From outside, off the mark. For San Antonio, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Here's Markkanen. That one doesn't go. Good D by Williams.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Anthony on the wing, covered by Van Vliet. Van Vliet against Anthony, and that one drops. Anthony's got 6.
Cole Anthony is unafraid to take on anybody willing to finish through contact. Yes, sir.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
This team needed a spark, and boy, did they get one with that incredible attack at the rim.
Wagner against Tatum. Wagner passes to Claxton. Shoots over Markkanen. Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way. And now just a 5-point Spurs lead. Here's Tatum. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got his 7th assist here tonight. Outside Anthony. Beasley sets a screen for Anthony. Beasley outside. Up in time. And that one released in time, but no good. And we've reached the end of the third. Spurs lead by 7. It's the NBA. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for me.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the floor for San Antonio, we've got Will Barton. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Isaac, and it's Hayward, and it's Noel, and at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Porzingis kicks to Barton. 6 to shoot. Puts up a 3. That shot misses, and Cleveland will come the other way. Anthony left side. Pass to Towns. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noel. And Fournier's checked in for Will Barton. Dosunmu, the pass to Beasley. Cleveland moving it around. Shot clock at 6. And here is Dosunmu. And that one is off. Now Fournier. Hayward outside. Trying to find Towns. Gets it to him. Beasley against Isaac. The kick out to Towns. Back to Carter. It's Beasley on the wing. That's in there. Carter with the assist.
When he's feeling it, Beasley a very reliable three-point option. You've got to get him off that arc.
beyond the arc. Isaac misses. The Cavaliers trailing. Here's Dosunmu. Carter kicks to Anthony. Shoots over Fournier. The shot by Anthony, no good.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
Here's Hayward. Banked in off the glass.
Well, Gordon Hayward has an interior game that is solid. He's outstanding using his height and his touch on the interior.
Pass to Towns. Beasley outside. Carter with a screen on Isaac. Beasley with the bounce pass. Porzingis with the block.
A swat by Porzingis, that wingspan, letting you know he's in the house.
Fournier, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one is on Towns.
In international play, Evan Fournier has been a part of the French team for a lot of big events.
Well, think about it. He was part of bronze medal winning teams for France at both the 14 and 19 World Cups. He was the leading scorer for the French national team at the 2020 Tokyo Games. Oh, yeah, he's been an integral part.
Franz Wagner's checked in for Cole Anthony. Spurs also with the sub. Markkanen, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Towns against Markkanen. Pass to Porzingis. Outside Fournier. Basket counts.
What a skilled finish from Evan Fournier. The experience and the toughness to overcome the defense.
The Cavaliers trail by 8. Outside, Towns. Over Markkanen. They get the rebound, and it's Jonathan Isaac with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. San Antonio making a switch here. Tatum's checked in. Now, here's Dosunmu. Towns, the pass to Carter. That shot wide open.
Now, this guy, Carter Jr., has got tremendous shooting touch. You get him inside that free throw line, and look out, folks. He is lights out.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. A different look now for San Antonio. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Isaac. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Gordon Hayward. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team during the break. He likes where things are headed, but he cautioned them to play smart the rest of the way. He said carelessness with the ball, with assignments, with rotations, any of that can undo what we've worked to accomplish so far. Kevin, they are so close.
Thanks, David. San Antonio leading by 6. VanVleet left side. And the rejection by Towns.
Perfect timing on that rejection. Boy, Towns really improving on the defensive end.
A minute 42 left here in the fourth quarter. And Towns throws it down.
Oh, needing a bucket there. Towns doesn't hesitate.
And so VanVleet will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Markkanen kicks to Tatum. Nice defense from Wagner. The Cavaliers trail by 4. There's the 3. Another 3 for Cleveland.
At 6'9", Franz Wagner is a great option late. That size allows him to get a good look under pressure. Wow.
VanVleet, no good, unable to end this run. Crucial possession with time ticking down.
He had an opportunity to take the lead on this possession.
And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up a foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Anthony's checked in for Dosunmu. Timeout called, Cleveland. They're trailing by 1. 1:04 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for the Spurs. Isaac comes in for Porzingis. 1:04 left to play in the final quarter. Wagner finds Towns. Here's Beasley. Cleveland moving the ball around to take the lead. Van Vliet with it. He dishes it to Tatum. Van Vliet trying to break free. Good!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
The pass to Towns. Money!
When your stars shine bright in the toughest moments, Towns the look of a superstar.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're ahead by 1. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Gordon Hayward's checked in for the Spurs. And so they choose to intentionally foul. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And an intentional foul right there. It's the first, and that will put them up by 2.
Well, Fred VanVleet has had to earn everything he's gotten in his basketball career. These pressure free throws, these moments are what this guy seems to live for. That last free throw was a huge, huge shot. The difference between a 2 and a 3-point lead at this stage is major.
Timeout called, Cleveland. They're down by 3. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Some changes here for the Spurs. Porzingis is coming in for Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Jason Tatum in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Here's Anthony. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Beasley sets a screen for Anthony. Pass to Towns. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Porzingis.
Oh, big spot. Towns with a chance here at the line. He's someone this team relies on.
And no good is the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And the second of 2 is good. That brings them within 2 here. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Well, Van Vliet looks determined at the line, set to deliver for his team.
So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
He's able to make it a 2-possession game with some solid work at the line right there.
Beasley for 3. Got it! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
A three and nothing but a three will do here.
You've got to keep your composure and execute to get a quality look from three.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
We all know Kristaps Porzingis is a sweet shooting big, but now you add the pressure of a possession ball game. You've got to make your free throws.
And so it's San Antonio who scraped by with the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And now, let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline for our player of the game. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Jason.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for
In this purse, so these gon' working. I'm holding this in my Birkin. Got a whole leg L trying to come for my pen. I'm really finna make another M. Now tell me how the I'm in the wrong if I don't want the still ain't with the be working. I make